he's like a really aggressive guy that understands position really well. So I think he's like a really good addition to the team because I think one of the major issues beforehand was like getting the vision control and like playing through that vision, and I think he does like an excellent job in that.
This is Zento from Esports Heaven, and I have here with me Santorin from FlyQuest. And you guys just beat EchoFox today, especially with Mike Young being subbed in. Now, I noticed during the draft that you guys kind of targeted the jungle pool a lot with a Sejuani ban, Gragas, and Elise. So was it more specifically to target Mike Young, or do you just think the jungle pool right now is easily targetable?
I don't think it was like really targeting Mike Young. It's more like these are the kind of champions I would pick if I was in the enemy jungle's position. Like I was scared of like stuff like Gragas Yasuo, for example. That's why the Gragas ban. And then I think Elise just sets up like for really nice easy dives top and bot. And since we had Yumi, they can like very easily just kill the AD. So I was basically just like targeting the pool, making him play a champion that can't really execute dives. And that's like kind of the whole like idea with the draft.
So going way back in your days, old man Santorin. So how is it when you get on stage after you haven't been on for a long time, or maybe your first time? How much do you think having a comfort pick as far as a jungler, like do you think that's really important during your first games, or?
I think so. I think it's also depending on like what personality you have. Some people are just like, all right, let's get it, you know, it doesn't matter what I'm playing, I'm so good, you know, like that kind of confidence. I think for myself, I'd love to just like have a more stable pick that I know how to play. Like let's say like Viper, for example, always like try to get him driven the first few games, so like because he'll pop off like no matter if it's staged or not. So I definitely like, we obviously like we try to make him a little uncomfortable, but that's like not the main point of the draft.
So around, I think it was 20 minutes, you guys, well, first you had secured Rift Herald before, and then you guys ended up diving mid, getting like a 2-for-1, getting mid tier 1, and then you used Rift Herald to get top tier 1. And so the game just completely blew open at that point. So talk to me a little bit about how you were able to actually get that type of pressure, because it just seemed to snowball after that over and over and over again, to where you get, you know, one tower and then the next tower, and you even got Cloud Drake too. So like how was that even possible from your viewpoint?
I think from my viewpoint, it's like we had a way better scaling composition. They're like really early game focused, like Olaf and all of those like champions that fall off, like they're really bad later on in the game. So like you really have to like execute early game, and I think they should have gotten the first few dragons. I think they should have looked for more base on us. Because to me it's just like, this game I'm 0-0 20 minutes, we'll win. You know? So like for us it's just like we had this spike because like we managed to actually win early too. Which is like escalates like our picks, so like we're just way stronger early in the game. And normally like we use Herald to break mid turret, but they did like a really poor rotation, so we just like dive mid and we got turret for free. But in general I think like, I think we just like, to be frank, like out macroed them, and I think like they didn't take advantage of us early game, which I think they should have.
So with Wadid and the team now, and like having a different mindset, I guess, or a different approach when it comes to a support player, like do you think this has kind of changed your vision on how you view macro, and or how your team views macro? Because now we're at the middle point of the split, you guys have to buckle up and turn up, you know, or else like shit's gonna hit the fan, right? So how has it been like incorporating this new voice, and do you think this is like a honeymoon phase type thing that you're dealing with, or like what's going on?
I think Wadid is just like a really smart and good player. I think he's really good at like finding the aggressive play. Like if someone's out of position, he'll engage. I mean, here's Yumi this game, so there's not too much for him to do. But he's like a really aggressive guy that understands position really well. So I think he's like a really good addition to the team, because I think one of the major issues beforehand was like getting the vision control and like playing through that vision, and I think he does like an excellent job in that.
Okay. So changing tones, I want to get your opinion on Quiyana. I think it's pronounced like I always want to say like quinoa, but Quiyana, she's this new champion now, has a whole bunch of different skills, seems very high skill ceiling, and I hear that she's being played in the jungle as well too. So, what are your thoughts just on this champion? First impressions, like.
So I haven't like played it yet because we're in the old patch. I'm trying to like stay away from stuff I can't play.
Okay.
But I've been watching some people play it, and my first impression is kind of like people just don't really know what she does yet. It's like people like get caught off a lot by what like her kit is. But in general, I think if she gets like small buffs or something, like I think she'll be like really, really strong. I think her kit is like really broken if it's played by a really good player. Whether it's going to be top, mid, or jungle, I'm not entirely sure yet. But I think in general, like the concept of her abilities just seems like way too OP to me.
Yeah. that was my first impression too. I was like, okay, so this is like, I don't know, an Udyr on crack, like basically. Well, so speaking of you practicing on different patch, how do you handle that as a pro? Because that seems really confusing to me, at least. That there's a live patch, and then there's you guys on scrims, which is a different patch, and so how do you balance that mindset of just knowing which things are OP and which things aren't, depending on the patch?
Yeah, so normally it's like Riot is doing like a better job of like doing smaller patches. So I remember it used to be like really big changes a lot of the time, and I'd be like, God, how am I supposed to practice this champion? You literally like completely new abilities. I think in general, like I try to stay away from the changed champions, so I'll just like play them only in practice, like in scrims, because we'll be playing on like the older patch on like the tournament realm. But in general, it's like, to me, it's just like, sometimes it's frustrating, but you just kind of gotta deal with it just like everyone else. And normally it's only like 3 or 4 days where you have to play in the new patch. This specific week goes longer, I believe, but just in general, like it feels alright. I mean, you get used to it when you're like done it for a while, I think.
Okay, alright. Well, I think that's all I have for you. This has been Santorin from FlyQuest and Zento from Esports 7. Thank you. I assume if you made it this far, you probably enjoyed the content. So if you did, subscribe, and also check out my other content that's more analytical and opinionated. But otherwise, keep it locked at esportsheaven.com, and I'll see you next time. Peace.